Well, you never know what we're going to get into here, whether it's boat projects or antenna stuff or CNC things or several of those things combined. That sailboat there I've had for a long time, and it's reached the end of its life expectancy. We've got centerboard issues and delamination issues and a bunch of issues. So that's either going to be on its way to the landfill or given away. But in the meantime, I came across an old Glastron, a 1967 Futura Super Sport that was just too pretty and too cute not to pick up. The gel coat has never been painted, which is awesome, so the hull will come back really nice with some buffing and some waxing. The deck was painted, unfortunately, so this will be repainted after some sanding and cleanup. It's not in bad shape, but I do want to get a new coat, a couple coats on the front and around the sides. The center spot here, according to the brochures that I've been able to find, was white, and there was a stripe on this side as well. So we'll definitely make that white in the center. I don't know if we'll redo the stripe. We'll see how that goes. As far as the interior, the previous owner put down some new plywood underneath that indoor-outdoor carpeting. He tore out the old floor, so this one is really, really solid. The seats are, of course, not original, but they're pretty comfortable, and that'll be fine for our use. Originally, there were 2 seats in the back, but what the previous owner did was he used this for a fishing boat. And this was sort of the fishing platform that was used, with a couple bins for some live wells and a place to sit. And because I don't intend to use the boat for fishing, we went ahead and pulled that out. Fortunately, it was just seated inside. Nothing was attached permanently. There was a bimini also on here that's pretty faded and kind of didn't work for the lines of the boat. I think it looks a lot better without the bimini. Whether we put that back on or not, I'm not sure yet. Whether we replace it or not, I'm not sure yet. The boat did not come with a motor, and I was really kind of happy about that. We've got some ideas. I've got some ideas on how we're going to power this. The lake that we're on is electric only, and whether we repower this with something modern or something rebuilt old that's gasoline is yet to be seen. Certainly not initially. What we're going to do initially is we're going to go with some electric stuff, and that'll be in future videos or towards the end of this one. I'm not sure how I'm going to set that up, but we've got some different ideas for that. Well, this is a motor I've been putting off for years because they're just really expensive. But I think the time has come to start playing around with some EPropulsion, a really decent electric motor. I've got lots of plans for this. And Spirit 1.0 EPropulsion motor. I've been thinking about this for a really long time, so I've been excited about this. Let's open this up, see what's inside, and start laying out the parts and kind of go from there. The motor. This is the short shaft. This is not the really short shaft. This is just the short shaft. So, locks into place. Clamps. Oh, you got this cool fin here too. After lugging around heavy outboards for years, this is like nothing. Okay, you just pull that out a little bit and goes down. other box is the battery. There's our battery. Super simple steering. So our wheel, which came with the boat, had nothing attached to it. I ran ropes under it on the other side of the dashboard, and that's our electric motor. If we turn this, we turn our motor. Doesn't get much simpler than this. The pulleys were there inside, so getting that all snaked through was a bit of a challenge, but it does work. As far as matching the color here, this is an aqua color, and the folks that painted it before the owner that I bought it from, I guess they tried to match it up with the original paint that was under here, and they got pretty close. It's not too bad. But since I couldn't track down the exact color, I pulled off a few stripes that were just put on with tape on the bow here on the front deck, and I took those over to the local hardware store, and they matched it up really well. These were a few of the little pieces that I pulled off on some of that trim, and they ran it through their spectrometer and came up with this. So pretty close. It was really cool. They did that in about 8 minutes, and this stuff was on sale. So this whole gallon of exterior gloss paint, I think, was about 35 bucks. Next thing to do here is to put some tape around the outside, try to protect some of the shiny spots, and start laying this stuff on. We've got some rainy days coming, so hopefully today should be dry and we can get a base coat down here. I'm not going to do the lower part here because it's really not in bad shape. It looks like a really different color on the camera here, but it is the same color. But that's in pretty good shape, so we're not going to get into that. But the deck area I do want to cover. The guy that had it before used this for a fishing boat. So these are, of course, rod holders, and that's our fishing platform and bimini over there, which is not going back in. Just a quick tape up job. I did hit this with a couple different grades of sandpaper a little while ago, so we got some of the rough stuff off. But again, this is not a showroom quality job here. We're just trying to clean things up a little bit. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more tape on that inside aluminum piece right there, and then we'll get rolling. That's about 4.5 hours and 2 good coats of paint. We'll give this another couple hours, few hours maybe until this evening, and then take off the painter's tape. We had some sprinkles and a chance of some heavier rain, so we threw up these quick canopies, keep everything dry. And we even did some of the trim inside. The previous owner had put some wood baseboard down there after he had replaced the floor, because there's a new 3/4 inch plywood floor underneath this indoor-outdoor carpeting, and we just went ahead and made that aqua color as well. As far as the dash goes, I have the dash cover inside the shed, so we do have a cover for the top there. That opening there, at some point somebody put a switch panel in, and I've got plans for that opening. It's going to be a Bluetooth speaker, I believe, at this point. And then on the other side we'll have the EPropulsion remote wireless controller for the motor. I think this is where we're going to wrap this video up. This one's gotten kind of long, I think, at this point. This is a project I've been nibbling away at for the last couple weeks. And hopefully in the next couple weeks we can actually get this in the water at some point and actually get some speed out of this. But for the time being, this is just going to be a little lake boat for the evenings and when the days are nice. So we're going to close this video here, and hopefully shortly we'll be getting this wrapped up and put in the water. Thanks for taking a look.